HCMC stock update today. So I think the latest news on HCMC is its earnings outcomes that came out on the 10th of August 2021. But before we get into that earnings outcomes, we just try to have a look at what Philip Morris might want to argue concerning HCMC's motion. So Philip Morris has up till midnight of the 20th of August 2021 to present this their own outcomes, so their own response to HCMC's motion. So I think, amongst other things, they might want to argue that the IQS does not combust, or rather, sorry, the IQS combusts partially, and but unfortunately, HCMC has also covered that ground. They covered that ground in their patents, indicating that any infringement would include combustion or partial combustion. And what is absolutely certain from the evidence of the expert Dr. Michael Dybel in HCMC's motion is that the IQS does indeed combust partially at 350 degrees centigrade. So they have, if they come in that direction, I think HCMC has covered that ground, and they can't really say that they can't really try to argue even that it doesn't combust, because there's an evidence of carbon monoxide, and carbon monoxide really does not occur without combustion. It's not really a gas, it's not a natural gas as such. It's definitely the stuff of non-organic reaction. So there's absolutely, they will do their best to come up with an expert witness, and to be honest, we don't exactly know the direction they're going to go. It could be anything. So as just some source said, this is not fun games. They will do everything, and we have seen that very well, that Philip Morris will they will use any direction to try to convince the judge that HCMC is the bad guy. We evidently saw that they tried to insinuate that there's some securities fraud is already taking place as it concerns HCMC stock. So HCMC, knowing that this is the direction, or HCMC lawyers knowing that this is not a joke, this is serious, they ensured that they addressed all of those issues. They brought documents from their transfer agent, the chief financial officer, John Olet. Did their best to address all of those issues, and clearly pointed out that the benefits the officers in the company were supposed to take up, they didn't take them up, and all that stuff. So yes, it's a direction they're going to go. They may even go in other directions. They will definitely go in other directions we have not seen. I think to some extent, let me not try to say they have a history of that. This is what the game is. It's a legal game. If you don't win it on legal grounds, then you may want to try to convince the judge that the other party is a bad guy. And they are going to do their best to do all that. So I understand that HCMC is also calling for a jury trial, because according to just some source who's at least a legal expert, there's a good direction that on the technical grounds, maybe HCMC on the technical grounds, it may still be that indeed maybe it does combust, and then they may come down to what the judge really thinks, what his conclusion may really be. So HCMC is probably not very confident that he wants to leave it in the hands of any judge to decide what this case is going to be. They are calling for a jury trial, because hopefully it's based on what they're thinking. Maybe they believe the jury will be convinced that that it does really combust, the IQOS. So Philip Morris's response could be anything at all. So if we have to go into the earnings, we can see that gross profit from operations increased by approximately $90,000 for the 3 month period ended June 30th, 2021, amounting to $1.5 million compared to $1.4 million from the same period last year, a 7% increase. For the 6 month period ended June 30th, 2021, gross profit amounted to $3 million versus $3.1 million for the same period last year, a decrease of $127,000. Net loss from operations from the 3 month period ended June 30, 2021 was approximately $685,000 compared to $795,000, an improvement of approximately of $110,000 or 14% for the same period last year. So I think we have that it's net cash provided from financing activity. We all know that when that happened, $27.871 million. So they have a good cushion right now. Cash and cash equivalents and unrestricted cash at the end of the period is $29.33 million dollars. So this is a significant improvement from the same period last year. An improvement of about $26 million. So that's a huge improvement. So it's a very important. They need to have. It doesn't matter what the situation is. Good cash position. It's an indication that they are moving forward. At least they will remain sustained. So and they can pursue other things, try to make more money, because with more money they can always pursue making more. With more cash at hand, they can always, amongst other things, try to pursue making yet more money with that. So I think down here we have it that the CEO indicated something. Says the chairman and CEO of the company said they are both pleased and proud of their performance in the second quarter. Their team delivered gross profit growth as well as a noteworthy improvement in their adjusted EBITDA results for the quarter. He went on to comment that their strategic vision for the company remains clear, and with a strong cash position, they are excited at the prospect of utilizing a portion of the proceeds for their recent capital raise to implement their growth initiatives. The progress to date, including their solid second quarter results, gives them continued belief in their direction. Importantly, they are committed to building a nimble and scalable business model to support long-term sustainable growth for Hcmc Corporation. Okay, so fingers crossed. Next week, the 20th of August 2021, we'll hear from Hcmc, and currently now we can see the stock after the I think that was the 9th of August, when the first trading session after the motion was filed. The stock extended by, I believe, up to at the opening. I know for sure it extended significantly. We can evidently see that, and at some point reached, I think, $0.0012, but closed that session at 0.001. And the same thing was that was the same case for this next day, the 10th. So, but it has since continued to retrace, and I think it's now trading slightly below all of its moving averages, providing yet another opportunity for more market participants to pick up more shares and see what's going to happen. There's a good chance it may retrace again. So there's a good chance it will retrace again and probably extend again when the outcomes come in. So that might be a pattern we're looking at right now. It's providing a good opportunity. People are probably scalping it right now, because whatever it is, whatever the situation is, there's money to be made. So the opportunity is there, and I think the readout here is saying that it appears to be consolidating within a longer term uptrend. Shares have fallen beneath the 200-day moving average, which is rising along with the 10-day moving average. However, The average directional index is below 20, indicating that shares have exhibited sideways movement, and it is definitely lagging the S&P 500. Momentum, let's see what it looks like here. I think it's waning. The unbalanced volume indicator is also not wonderful. So, well, the opportunity is there. The scalping may continue if it retraces any further. Even from now on, I think the opportunity is there. There's a prospect that by the time we see what the outcomes will be next the upper Monday, which will be the 23rd, there's a good chance the stock will slightly extend. Yeah, fingers crossed. See what you're going to make of Hcmc and all the news that are coming out. And thank you very much for watching this video.